Good evening. My name is Ronald. I was 5 years old when I left my mother behind from my home country of Haiti to the United States. When I arrived at my new home in Mattapan, I was greeted by a father, a stepmom, and siblings whom I've never met before. Our house was at the intersection of one of Boston's most dangerous street corners, and even as a kid, I realized the lack of resources available to me. There weren't playgrounds or community centers where we could spend our time, and because of that, we had to be resourceful. Our triple-decker home was our community center. I remember running between each floor several times a day, visiting aunts, uncles, and cousins. My dad, he worked long hours and was rarely home, so I learned independence from a very young age. Growing up, I was constantly labeled an underachiever. From elementary school on, my report card repeatedly said I wasn't working at full capacity. I valued education, and I knew it was important, but I lacked direction. I didn't have a lot of role models to look up to, and there weren't a lot of people who had graduated from college in my community. I also quickly learned in high school that being cool socially and being academically successful didn't always go hand in hand. I would tell my friends about my dreams of having a career, a family, and owning a home one day. I was dreaming about my future, and my friends could only see what was right in front of them. I struggled in school. I would do well one semester and fall behind the next. I spent 4 years as a mediocre student, and my GPA hovered around a 1.5. I would never have admitted to myself at the time, but despite my low GPA, I wanted to go to college and have the opportunity to do something different than what I had grown up knowing. Bottom Line stepped in and helped me apply to 10 colleges. I received 9 rejection letters. I was watching my friends separate, those who got into college and would be able to leave, and those who would be left behind. This was an important wake-up call for me. I had to make a decision about the type of person I wanted to be. And life doesn't slow down and stop for anyone. My Bottom Line counselor, Maxine, could see through my tough exterior and continued to motivate me despite the odds. She heard about Northeastern's Foundation Year, a program that was in its second year and didn't have a GPA requirement and was an alternative to community college. I applied to Northeastern's Foundation Year and found out I was accepted at the end of senior year. I have had Bottom Line with me every step of the way. I worked hard during Foundation Year, and I had to make up for everything I hadn't learned in high school. By February, I maintained a 3.7 GPA, which was necessary to get into Northeastern Business School. My Bottom Line counselor was an important support for me, both emotionally and academically. It was the first time I had someone to hold me accountable and remind me of the goals I had set for myself. That year, I flourished. I took a lot of the high school rust off and started accepting responsibility. In high school, I'd never held myself accountable to anything. When things often got rough, I often folded and retreated. But in college, things were different. I wasn't doing it alone. From encouragement to help with financial aid, Bottom Line and Maxine helped me finish my first year confidently. By sophomore year, I had declared my major and was accepted into the business school. My classes started to pick up and get much harder. I hit a wall. I felt that the gap between me and other students at Northeastern was larger than I had anticipated. I felt out of place because no one looked like me. I felt undeserving and was questioning what I was even doing there. I also felt the pull of home. That year, I found out my best friend had lost his life to gun violence. Leroy was not just a best friend, but he was also one of my mentors. He was older, and I had always looked up to him. I was his last phone call before he passed away. 5 minutes. Those last 5 minutes, they replayed in my head for months. The guys who got convicted were two of my best friends. I grew up with them too. Life seemed to be kicking me from all sides. Financially, academically, school was crushing me. My friends were passing away, and some were going to prison. The months following, I was interrogated and had to answer questions at the police station. The process made mourning difficult and forced me to relive the scenarios over and over again. I was in the middle of a difficult semester. I started skipping class and staying in my dorm room. I constantly cried and blamed myself. Northeastern offered me a leave of absence, but I knew if I left, I wouldn't come back. If I ever wanted to graduate, now was the time. My bottom line counselor, Tori, was there for me. He helped me stay on track and stay focused on my future. He constantly checked up on me and helped me get involved on campus. I remember my first bottom line counselor telling me how much community service meant to her, and I decided to do an alternative spring break. I fundraised $950 by myself to be able to go to Fort Smith, Arkansas, and build a home for Habitat for Humanity. It was an eye-opening experience to know that even at my lowest, I could still have an impact on someone else's life. Community service helped me heal, and I was able to channel my emotions into something positive. I helped build a home for a family. College has never been easy for me. Overcoming financial aid issues, academic challenges, or fulfilling responsibilities at home when a parent lost a job or a sibling was sick would not have been possible without my bottom line counselors. My counselors taught me how to be an advocate for myself and empowered me to take ownership over my education. Knowing that bottom line was there to catch me gave me the confidence to take advantage of professional opportunities. I attended Bottom Line's Empowering the Next Generation event at State Street and was inspired by the group of male role models who truly believed in my potential. Where I grew up in Boston, you fail to see many men of color in prestigious places. Going to that event made me realize that the opportunity was there for me as well. My experience at Northeastern University has been incredible, and it has taught me the importance of never giving up. I'm graduating this May with a major in finance and accounting. I started a financial literacy club on campus that visits high schools from my community to educate students about the impact of their choices. When I earn my diploma, I hope to set an example to youth. I hope to show them that education is a long-term investment, but well worth the payoff. When I look back 6 years ago, standing at the crossroads of never leaving home in college. Sorry. I couldn't have imagined ending up here, a month away from graduating. 6 years ago, I made the decision for my parents, my friends, and my family to take the path I did. My decisions have never been about me. When I get my degree this spring, I know I will have the option to leave my community, but I will also have the responsibility to stay. I want to inspire others to reach for something beyond their grasp. I want to inspire others to reach for something beyond their grasp and to dream about the future the same way that my friends, family, and bottom line have inspired me. Happy birthday, Leroy. Thank you.